Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to leave this lamp here.
I didn't think you left it there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I leave it there?
No, you didn't leave it there.
Oh. Well, the doggone thing teleports, so it gets really... I mean, sometimes it's annoying because the light turns on. Sometimes it's annoying because the thing's just zapping all across the room. Anyway, hi everybody. Oh, I need to refocus the camera, don't I? Since I moved it. Just hold on a sec. Don't move. There, that looks good. Okay. Alright. Hi everybody. Hope you're doing alright. We're doing, you know.
Great now that I can see.
I wouldn't mind doing that. Thanks. You don't.
Your hair is super frizzy.
I know. I probably should have,
You want to give Kepler a call? He seemed to want snuggles.
yeah. I probably should have,
Washed your glasses?
no. I probably should have put, like, a headband in or something this morning.
We call buddy?
I'll try. I didn't have to try. There he is. Wow. Hey, bud.
Hi.
He seemed aloof. So he kind of I think he wants to just snuggle a little bit. I think it's it.
Come here, sweet.
Anyway, morning. We're here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's too hard. I really loved to play hooky from all my other responsibilities and showed up on John's cookie. It was a lot of fun and you know he played a lot of games, but I stayed up real late and my sleep schedule ain't been the same. It ain't been the same, although to be fair, I've been up multiple days now in a row, so I guess that's...
It does say bumpers and I was referring to Emil's cookies.
Oh! Okay.
But your song was very good. It just wasn't
if
about
I
a
would have
bumper.
had time to process that more, but when you influenced me and you said cookie, my brain was like, oh
Fortune
yeah,
cookie.
I loved cookie. I'll talk about
You pull
cookie.
chat back up.
Yes.
Thank you. Devin says, I miss Colo already. Me too.
I mean, I miss it. What the? What is wrong with this? Why is it so hot in here? Is it hot in here? No? Okay.
Buddy wants your lap, though.
Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
Hey, buddy.
Come
here.
Come here. Come on up.
He's like, now I'm not doing it.
Come on up. Please come on up. Kepler, come on down. You're
There
a
he
contestant
is.
on The Lap is Right.
Hi, sweetheart.
We got there.
Has it been a long weekend for you two?
We got there. Well, yes. Yeah, he's... Because, you know, if things are irregular for us, then they're very odd for him. You good? You good? You gonna lay down?
You want my lap?
Accurate representation of how my brain is. Hey, sit. Sit down. We haven't really gotten the chance to start the show yet.
He just staring at you.
I know. You good? You want... Your lap has been chosen. Brandon says, raise your hand if you have clown brain. Oh, Emil's here too. Woke up actually 5 minutes ago due to a nightmare, so I guess I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Will breakfast stream be better than your nightmare? It's usually a toss-up. It's usually a toss-up. Anyway, morning, Emil. You haven't missed anything yet.
Yeah.
We just
got here too.
yeah. I mean, I guess he knows that because we always start at 9. Emil, we're good. We only been up for like 5 minutes. I forgot when I woke up when I went to bed last night I remembered, but when I woke up this morning I forgot that everything to make the stream run was in Mouse Studio. So I woke up and I was like, I was getting pants on and stuff, and I was like, alright, okay, I gotta go upstairs. And then my brain was like, you do realize everything is in Mouse Studio. And I was like, oh. So I had to go get the stream box, carry it upstairs, go down to get all the stuff, carry it upstairs, get the camera, carry it upstairs, and then hook everything back up. And I like could not find an HDMI cable. I was like, I was missing one, and I was like, I cannot find it. And I realized it was just laying on the ground, but there were so many other cables that I couldn't find it, but I eventually found it. Anyway, we're back. We're back. Satchi says, that's where Lamp came in. What's up? Yeah, Lamp was helping me.
My sweetheart.
Thomas, there's a lot of stuff. And like after a weekend like Coliseum, and I can just about guarantee you this would apply to anyone else who participated in Coliseum, things are in stasis, basically. Like things occurred.
They sure did.
Clown brain. Things occurred, and like, I didn't change. I didn't clean up anything in the kitchen. Like the kitchen has been in stasis for like 3 days, and you know, I had pulled out the controller to do the Smash segment, and like the controller's still on the ground. Like everything is just like stuck. Nothing has changed. So now we have to slowly like clean things up. So. That's
Pick up the pieces of our lives that we've left all over.
Yeah.
And continue.
Yeah. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I got a shower last night. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I feel great. I feel so great. We slept a long time yesterday. It's gonna take an entire week. In order to like feel normal. I gotta stop sitting on this butt cheek. Something wrong with this butt cheek. I gotta like try and be more balanced in my butt. I don't think I do too much left leaning on my butt. Does that make sense? I'm gonna do better. Anyway, okay. We're gonna talk about Coliseum probably a good bit this morning because a lot of folks tuned in and you know are gonna want to talk about it. I'm gonna want to talk about it, so that's gonna be the plan. First off, thank you, Al, because there was 6,000 bits from Cool Al. He said, post Coliseum hoedown, favorite bumpers. To which I was like, let me tell you my favorite segments, which is different from bumpers. Although, answering your question now, yes, my favorite... There's a lot of good... I actually don't know if I've seen all the bumpers, to be honest.
I haven't seen them all.
I don't think I have, because some of them got posted ahead of time, because people would finish them, they'd be excited, and they'd show the group. And I've seen those. Some of them didn't get posted, and were instead happening live. And like I didn't see every single part of Coliseum, so like there's definitely been some I haven't seen. But yeah, Mao is right. One of my favorite ones is probably Emil Massey's, where Emil made cookies. It's just it's very good. It's a very conceptually it was really good. And the thing is, what Emil had to do was super hard. I couldn't have done it. You know, I couldn't have made cookies from scratch, but it's very fun to watch.
Without a recipe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's very fun to watch someone attempt that, because you know how hard it actually is. You're like, that's actually really hard. That's actually really difficult. So, I'm glad that Emil was tribute for that. I got to watch that at Gar, because it was pretty great. Yeah, and Dovey points out Massey's editing is also hilarious. Yeah, actually, I was impressed by that bumper for a few reasons. For one, conceptually, it was hilarious. And then also, yeah, it was edited really well. And I was really impressed at how it looked. And there's a few points where Massey swings the camera and you can see that there's lights up in the kitchen. And I was like, it's actually really well lit. Like, it's a good looking bumper too. So I was really excited about that. But yeah, otherwise, there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones. Anytime Jack is on screen tends to be one of my favorites. And then the weird recurring butter bumpers from Jules. Tyler's rap.
I look forward to what else Jiggy can think about. Because I imagine that if we're in person next year, it can be things that are happening off screen. Like kind of behind the scenes things.
What was I going to say? Who were we just talking about? Oh, Tyler. It's going to take a few days. Until then, I will have clown brain. Tyler actually reached out to me like a day or two before Coliseum, and he had posted what he had so far, and he was like, hey, is there more footage? Do you have any? Could I have access to the footage that Tim, John, and Emil submitted for their intro? He's like, because I'm looking for more footage to put in here. And I was like, I have a vlog that's been running for 10 years, and there's tons of footage, and you're welcome to use any of it. And Tyler was like, oh yeah, you have a vlog. So I linked him to some of the trips where, I had recorded with TRG, and I was like, there's some really good footage in here. And he was like, this is perfect. And I was like, cool. So Jadeo says, but was any of the footage from Coliseum 1? No. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Anyway. I'm going to read some of the alerts. 27 months from Fayalina. 13 months from Gillips. 30 months from 30-3K. 28 months from Kaze Ninja. 22 months from Elio Hyena. 20 months from the Master Sword 97. Here early to renew my Prime sub. I want to say that Coliseum was amazing this year. I look forward to watching the VODs this year. And they're up. They're on Twitch. If you're looking for the YouTube versions, I can't speak for Emil, although Emil is here, so maybe he can chime in. Those tend to come out pretty quick. Unlike Extra Life, where we're like, hey, we'll release those onto YouTube in like 4 months. unlike what we do, I guess it's not always 4 months. It's like 2 months. Anyway, unlike what we do, they tend to get those up onto the Runaway Guys channel pretty quick, and then they'll be segmented, which, it's a little more digestible than just here's a 15-hour Twitch VOD, so I understand. But yeah. Emil says I don't yet have a release date, so I don't want to speak for Emil then. Although historically faster than we get our stuff out. 30 months from Cassie says I had so much fun this weekend watching everyone. Not sure what my favorite was, but the lamp bumper was by far the best bumper. So much work went into it, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Great job, you two. Thanks. It was fun to make. It took too long to make, but it was fun to make.
Coffee!
Me and Mal have strong opinions about how we'll handle future projects like that. 7 months from a Lost Vagabond, who says, hey grandparents, hope you had a good Coliseum. I just finished the journey over the weekend. Took 7 months, and the biggest question on my mind is what happened to the smell in the guest room?
It's basically gone away.
Yeah, so it existed for the first... Well, it wasn't the first few months we lived here, because it was like, didn't it start several months after we lived here.
We didn't notice it at first.
Or maybe it was we didn't notice it. Anyway, it took a few months, but it basically went away. And we haven't experienced it since. It's terribly frustrating, especially because we had been like, please come fix this. And, you know, it was HVAC and electrical pointing fingers at each other like, it's their problem. Mm-hmm. And then they stopped coming out to deal with it. And we were like, okay.
And then the pandemic happened.
And then it went away. And I'm like, okay. So that's how that story ends. 14 months from 63 fills. Congratulations on an amazing TRG Coliseum, and wow, the lamp bumper was incredible. Thanks.
I have to say, one of my favorite moments of the weekend was Gengar.
I'm glad I was there for that.
There was a brief pause while it was thought about for the second one, and then he said Gengar, and I feel like I started laughing before he said it because I just knew it was going to be Gengar again. It was
a really cool experience because, you know, chat tore Jules apart for this answer. And, like, the likelihood of then Tyler saying the exact same thing is so low. But maybe not, because it seems like Jules and Tyler probably have a fairly equivalent knowledge on Pokemon. And Jules' reasoning actually makes a lot of sense, you know, because he was like, in his mind, he pictured the Pokemon card, and the Pokemon card is a psychic type. So, Emil says you were psychic about Gengar being psychic. So yeah, I get it. I get it. Would I have said Gengar? No. But, you know, I know more about, I guess I know a little bit more about Pokemon than Jules and Tyler. As long as we're in the first, if we're in first gen, I feel like I got some stuff up here. Everything, as long as I learned information before I was like 13, I never lost it. Past that, I don't remember anything. I just lose information every year. But if I learned it in the first 13 years of my life, I'm like, yeah, I guess I know this.
Doodle says Mal in Discord chat was the best. When that happened, I jumped over to Astronacats in the TRG Colo chat, and I was like, I can't breathe. I just can't.
I mean, it's good. Diddy Egg says, so you forgot 9th grade? I mean, 9th grade, isn't that where was that geometry? Because I don't know geometry, so yes.
It was for me.
Yes, I did.
Kepler, you're so warm. He all stretched out.
100 bits from Riderbrook Ninja. Thank you. 16 months from Wilhelm Heinlein. Who says, still looking for good vibes as I look for a new job. Going to be moving to Florida at the end of the month regardless. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Hopefully things fall into place relatively quickly as you work towards that move. 3 months from Kappa Scoob. Hope you're both doing well. The art segment you guys did on Friday was easily the highlight of Colo for me. Just so damn funny. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was fun to do.
It was fun.
It was fun to do. Last year, one of my favorite segments was Josh doing art. And it was well received. Like, even though Josh did not have, I mean, yeah, he didn't have the painting skills because Josh is not a painter, but he also did not have the setup. Like, he bought all of the stuff, and we were talking about it after the fact this year, about how he just, like, affixed things to, like, light stands and stuff to make it work. Even though he did all that, it was still really well received. And there was tech issues that year, too.
Yeah,
like,
there were.
With his segment specifically. So, like...
Well, we had to make decisions about Coliseum very soon after the pandemic started.
Yeah. So, despite all that, people loved it last year, so it was kind of a natural evolution for us to swap, just because, like, Mao has all the stuff here. But I'm really glad that people liked it. Because it was fun. It's really, really fun. So, Cimmerillion says, any segment with Josh is a good segment. We just love Josh. Also correct. Mm-hmm. Like, objectively correct. Especially if you get Josh to laugh at something, which is not terribly difficult. He has probably one of the most contagious laughs. Josh and Jeff.
Yeah.
For best laughs Anyone that's watched any amount of Steven and Friends will be like, yeah, that's accurate. Josh and Jeff have the best laughs. 28 months from Ingeman85. Yay, breakfast stream. I have as much on my itinerary as Steven did right before Coliseum, so I'm going to have this open on the 7th tab on my browser and listen while I work. It's a lot of tabs. It's a lot of tabs. I wish you well. Hope you get everything finished up. Good luck. 300 bits from NG Bin. Lamp is an enemy. Potentially psychic powers involved. Using a bat as a weapon. Steven voicing Ninten. The lamp bumper is actually a live-action horror adaptation of Mother 1. So, I read chat when the bumper ran, and there was a lot of people drawing comparisons to the Mother series, and then especially Mother 1. And it's something that I had never thought about, but I loved it. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it. It was not intentional, but now that it's happened, I'm like, yep, I love it. And also, actually, when during the bumper, there were multiple people that thought I had used sound effects from Earthbound. The knocking at the door, they thought that was the knock from the beginning of the game. There's some weird like woo sounds that kind of sound like the very beginning title screen with the Gygus declares war or whatever. And like none of that is true. I didn't use any sound effects or music from Earthbound, but it does sound very similar. So there's a lot of, I think, almost subconscious nods to the Earthbound franchise in a way that I did not intend, but will absolutely accept. I'm like, yes, okay, cool. I'll do it. That's fine. J-Spug asks, what music did you use in the bumper? It's now on YouTube, and in the description, I list all the tracks. But all of the tracks are from the YouTube audio library. And I will tell you that the hardest part of making last year's bumper, and absolutely the hardest part of making this year's bumper, while editing it, is choosing music. Because the music, in my opinion, the music is the most important part, especially in something like horror. You have to get it perfect. If you don't get it perfect, it doesn't sell it correctly. And I probably spent, oh God, I probably spent 5 hours. I probably spent like 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours in post-production just choosing music. Not cutting it, just listening to music and trying to figure out what to use.
Cassie said that their favorite parts were the bat falling clank and the lightning thunder.
Yeah, so the lightning in the
lightning in the shots is real.
The lightning is real. We just got very fortunate. The thunder is in post. I hate to... Just so you know, I'm probably going to be talking pretty freely about some behind-the-scenes stuff from the bumper. I don't want to, like, spoil the bumper for anyone. But also, I just want to warn you, I'm going to probably talk about it openly. So, just know that if you're like, oh, I really want to experience it myself, I don't want to be like, leave breakfast stream, but just know what you're getting into for the rest of the stream, because I'm probably going to talk about it freely. But it is on YouTube now. It's on StephenVlog, so you can catch it. It's 10 or 11 minutes long.
Yep.
63 Phil says, taking 11. Yeah, I mean, you can pause breakfast stream, go watch it, and come back. I just know people are going to have questions, and I want to be able to answer them, basically. So yeah, but the lightning was real. The thunder was added in post. What was the other with the bat? The bat is practical, but it was not shot at night. We're not that...
You need to not talk with film terms.
Practical... we shot that. That is Foley that we did ourselves.
Foley is also a word that people don't know.
People know what Foley means.
I didn't.
Oh my God. Okay. We...
shot the video.
We dropped the bat. But we... Okay. Armor Frog says, Foley is manufactured sound effects, which is... That's true. Okay.
We filmed the bat falling. I caught it off screen.
I needed to get the sound of that bat falling, and I was like, it's going to be better if instead of finding a sound effect of bat online, like, I needed the sound of an aluminum bat hitting concrete, which is a very specific sound effect. So instead of trying to find that online, we just shot that ourselves, but we didn't shoot it at night. So we recorded.
We already had the neighbor watching us.
So, because it was night, and by the time it took 90 minutes to shoot the end scene, and by the time we were doing that, we didn't start until 9:30, so we was closing in on 11 p.m. And I didn't want to drop a metal bat outside at 11 p.m. because Mal was already freaked out. Mal was so convinced that the neighbors were going to call the police because of a strange light outside our house turning colors, and
So I caught the bat.
So in the shot, in the close-up shot of the hands where the bat drops, Mao is right off screen to catch the bat. And then the next day, I went back outside in the day and got the sound of the bat hitting the concrete and then synced it up later. So that was how we did that, just because it was a bit better. Because people don't mind a bat hitting the ground in the day because they're like, oh, the kids are playing. But if a bat hits the concrete at 11 p.m., people are gonna be like, why is that? Why are we hearing a bat? Yeah, and Yamadorgan says the neighbors were watching you do this. Yeah, so what happened is we were filming outside for that. We filmed the last scene of the movie first. Because you don't film things sequentially, especially when you have as much to film as we did. Mm-hmm. So the very first thing we shot for the whole bumper was the ending. And the sound of Mal's brain realizing that we had to go out at night with the stuff. And we were how far into it before the neighbor walked outside?
We were like almost done.
We were getting close to the end, and then our next door neighbor walked outside and like lit a cigarette and was just like watching. Didn't say anything, was just watching us.
Didn't have any lights on.
So like, if you've watched the film, I'm not going to spoil the film verbatim, but like if you've watched it, you'll know that the end of the movie is there's a lot that's happening, and like the neighbor just watched all of that, like sitting there smoking and didn't say anything, and we didn't acknowledge him or say anything. We just did our thing, and then we went back inside, and Mal was
from the way it was shot, he was behind camera, so he wasn't in the shot.
Yeah, Mal was anxious about doing the whole thing in general, the whole ending thing, which is actually one of the reasons we got out of the way first.
We live in a very quiet neighborhood with a lot of retired folk. There's very few children in our neighborhood.
Yeah, it was just, I wasn't worried. I was actually more relieved that someone was watching in a way, because I'm like, listen, there's a big camera here on a big tripod, and there's someone standing around, and they've got a book with the film, the shot list and everything. Like, clearly we're not killing anyone, It's fine. It's fine. But does it help us, the crazy people that toast people in the yard, then going out back late and be like, all right, make the light red now? Okay.
Let's try that again.
Try that again. Yeah, it would have been very alarming to watch me come out with the baseball bat. But again, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
What if he took photos Steven set leaks?
Mal was taking...
I posted some on Discord.
Mal was taking some photos during production, because I was not. I was like, nope, focused on this stuff. But I was getting some behind-the-scenes stuff. And the next vlog that comes out is a huge behind-the-scenes thing for everything. The next few, actually, because it took a few days to film.
Yep.
I hope people realize that. This wasn't just like, oh, yeah, we just knocked that out in one night. It was like 3 days or 4 days.
Monday you had gone to film some of the outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
And it rained. And then we had to try again on Tuesday. And it was gonna rain again on Tuesday.
Yeah, there's a lot of... there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff on its way, so... Anyway,
should read some of these alerts.
Yeah, I'm not making good progress on alerts. There'd have been some squid who says, when I first heard the clown noise during Jared's bumper, I laughed hard. Yeah, he didn't say that he was going to run... He didn't say that he was going to do that before he did it. So I just watched the bumper when it got posted to the Colo Discord, and I also laughed very hard.
That was so funny.
It was a good bumper. was a good bumper. 32 months, tier 2. Gold toast from Jesse. Good morning, grandparents. 32 months is wild, but it's been great to be supporting your content for 9-ish years. Coliseum was great, and how are you holding up? Like I said, it's gonna take a week.
All three of us.
Yeah, kept two to an extent. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there, but like, we didn't go to bed until super, super late on Sunday.
Early Monday.
Yes, like early, like
we saw the sun.
The sun was out.
Mm-hmm.
Just because after the event ended, I actually stayed up and talked to folks because I haven't had a chance to do
Discord
that.
call that we were all in for the finale. Some of us just stayed in that and chatted.
So we chatted for like a few hours because I haven't had a chance to do that in a long time.
And I miss that so much about the in-person events.
Yeah.
It's just getting to chat with people like in the kitchen or just hanging out playing pool.
So we did that, and then I went to bed, and then Mao and I slept. We didn't wake up Monday until 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty alarming time to wake up. And then we went to bed at like 4 or something.
Last night, yeah.
Which, you know, is that late to go to bed? Yeah, but we didn't wake up until 7:30, so it's going to take a while to like slowly shift things back to the way it's supposed to be. But we'll get there.
Who's a good kitty? You're so tired.
Oh, so tired. 31 months from the Chemist 2020. Oh, hey, 31 months. Nothing witty here. Still appreciate it. Thank you, Chemist. 28 months from Vegetable Sorbet. 28 was going to say something but got distracted by Lane.
I know.
I thought that'd be a fun way to start the stream.
Yeah.
Because it's relevant right now, and now we go back to it not being relevant for a year. 31 months from Saibi. Good morning, grandparents. I hope you've recovered from the weekend and other things. Again, work in progress. It's a pretty busy week too, in terms of like working on stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just gonna. The goal will be to try and get into bed at the right times and sleep into the right times as close as we can every day, if we can. 12 months from Ziasarn. Good morning. A whole whopping year. Definitely been a trip this past year. Y'all did so good at Coliseum, and here's hoping to for another 12 more months with all y'all. Well, thanks, Zio. And yeah, Coliseum. I think it's fair to say Coliseum did objectively well. This way, it certainly exceeded everyone's expectations by a lot.
And I think someone said it really good on the finale. I don't remember who. It might have been John. That like, you know, we're the faces, but like you guys did it.
Yeah.
And there's so much behind the scenes of John's mod team and the tech crew.
It's a big.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. And that's what we say every year for Extra Life too. It's like, you know, people are like, "Oh, you did so well," and I'm like, "Well, I didn't do anything. You know, I just played a video game," and that's kind of the same situation. You know, everyone worked hard on their segments and put in that effort, but at the end, the reason there is $400,000 has nothing to do with any of us. It has everything to do with folks who are donating or sharing the stream. To get the word out, so like that's the reason why it's as
and
big
even
as,
people
as
like just watching, like that gets the numbers up to do things like front page.
Yeah,
where more eyes get on it.
Yeah, and that raises some big questions about like, you know, we were on front page a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there were times where there were 20,000 people watching the stream. How much more money was raised because of that? How many more people like just tuned into Twitch and were like, "Oh, that's cool. There's a charity stream. Oh, this is funny. I've never seen this before," and sent in $50. You start getting a few people doing that. That's an extra 1,000. You get a few more people doing that. That's an extra 10,000. Like, you don't know
Emil
what
had said. He's the one I heard it from. Is that like the $3 number is like really good because of the fees, like transaction fees for companies and stuff. Like
yeah. So you don't know. Basically, you don't know.
Do we have an estimate for shirt sales? I think that's going to be coming soon.
Yeah, I don't know, but John will. I think John said he's going to release it when he knows.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to kick that number a little bit higher, probably in the range of 5-digit higher if I had to guess, but we'll see. 12 months from that Meep chick. It's a year. Morning, grandparents. Can't hang around this morning as I'm prepping a mini presentation for class right at 10. I'm so close to finishing this semester. Good luck to everyone finishing up classes.
Good luck.
Good luck. Sincerely hope that goes well. And again, we'll resonate that. Good luck to everyone finishing up classes because we're getting close to the middle of May.
Yeah.
So there's still folks that are working towards that. 300 bits from Line Rider. Want to know some more useless math? Today in partition theory, a classmate and I are presenting about partitions with prescribed hook differences. Anyway, you may now have one camera talk.
I don't know any of those words and how they relate to math.
Exactly. Like, at least usually when people talk about math, even if I don't understand what they're talking about, at least I understood the words. And this is one of those situations where I'm like, I don't know.
If math hadn't been in that alert at all from Line Rider, I wouldn't have known what subject it was. I would have guessed science.
Yeah. When you talk about partitions, I assume that we're talking about like an office. Partition theory is how best to divide up the employees for efficiency. That's partition theory. Anyway, one camera talk. I'll just make it quick. We shot, probably obvious, but we shot the bumper on the new camera, which was exciting, especially because it's a new camera. It's a good way to be like...
What can the camera do?
Yeah, like, you know, let's...
Put it through its paces.
In a way that the vlog can't. Mm-hmm. So, it was fun because I got to shoot, despite having had a camera, a Sony camera for, 2.5 years with the a6400, I've never actually shot anything in S-Log 3.
And that's the one camera talk.
It's not really a...
Yep, that's it.
It feels like there needs to be...
Nope.
Brandon says S-Log 3 sounds like math to me. Real quick, because that is not a statement. I never shot log on the Sony because IMO 8-bit cameras should not even be allowed to shoot log. But because I had it on this camera, I was like, yeah, I waffled a lot because I was like, I've never shot S-Log.
Should I
shoot this crazy thing on something I've never even tried? And finally, I was like, I had read all the documents on it, and I was like, I know how to expose it. If I just need to follow it. And as long as I follow the instructions for how to expose it, I was like, I know what I'm doing. So I did. And it worked.
It worked.
It worked fine. So I really need to trust myself more. Now I have the experience of shooting. I was like, oh, I could do that again. But it's also a lot easier on a set where, you don't have to, where you can sit there and figure it out, when you have the color checker. All right, that counts as one camera talk. If I get another camera talk down the road here, I'll explain maybe what some of that meant. 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. TRG Coliseum was amazing. I just want to say that it's only fair we pushed Cold Stone Creamery on John after his community pushed Canada Hunt on you. Also, a pocket friend called Dan. Also, I like that idea, and it's true. One of the reasons that Cold Stone Creamery was played was it was a huge push from our community. And first off, thank you for contributing to the event. We appreciate that. And then also, it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious. And
it was really funny to listen to Jared read the alerts as they came in for the donations and being like, give Kepi scoop. And like him having no idea what that meant.
Yeah, there was a lot of and a lot of familiar names too.
Yeah.
And I apologize because I didn't always for every single donation be like, I know that person, because I thought, I was like, this will get super redundant if nonstop I'm like, I know that person, but I knew those people, so thank you, I appreciate it. And maybe now John and I are even, because John's community was very rude to make me play the atrocity that is Canada Hunt, a game that really you can't play for 30 whole minutes.
No.
It is a 20-minute game.
If that.
Rarely do you find a game that, like, the difference between 20 and 30 minutes is palpable, but, like, dear God. at the 20-minute mark, I was like, I'm really done with this. And the 10 minutes were agony.
And there's nothing else to do.
Yeah. At least in Coldstone, there's like things to accomplish.
An unlock.
In Canada Hunt, there's not. Anyway, 300 bits from Waste and Am. Congrats to all the money raised for charity. Hit a blast following the event, even though here in Europe, or even though late here in Europe, my last few days have been loopy. Gotta ask the serious question though. Did you show Lord donated the lamp? I didn't. Actually, the lamp never showed up live.
No.
Technically, it did. It was behind me.
Yeah, it was behind you.
During the PBS hour when I showed up on stream, the lamp was behind me, and Mao, I had a text message with Mao, and I was telling her like when to change the thing. So she has the app on her phone, so she can change it. So she was on the other part of the house, like changing it, but we didn't actually end up showing it. But it was fine because it showed up in the bumper, which is what people wanted anyway. We got a sub from Sammy R05. Welcome. 4 months from Aspiring Writer 95. 4 months. It doesn't feel like it, but I'm glad to have supported y'all for 4 months and hope for many more. Hope TRG Colo was fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. It'll be more fun next year because it'll be in person. It's not that it hasn't been fun, but will it be more fun? Yes. Yes. 400 bits from Gamer Girl. All morning, Stephen and Mal. I bought the TRG Coliseum shirt that John tweeted about. I'm so shocked about how much money was donated. Same. Mm-hmm. Same. You know, there's a somewhat understanding that the event will probably make more money than it did the previous year. There's always worries about it, and I relate to that heavily because even though I don't run Coliseum, we do Extra Life. And every year I feel the exact same way about Extra Life. I'm like, oh God, you know, should we make the goal the same? Should we lower the goal? And like, it's continued to exceed my expectations. So I know that like Tim, John, and Emil feel the same way about Colo. But it happened. It happened.
Did you wake up?
It was wild.
Did you wake up? Did you have a long weekend?
Yes. Oh, you cute. Oh, you cute. You good boy. 15 months from Shinoth. I enjoyed Coliseum, but I will say that Jules throwing up butter sticks did almost make me throw up for real. The rest of it was great, though, especially your horror bumper. Can't wait for next year's Colo. Jules had said that he hates butter, ironically. So he said it was actually really hard to do all of his bumpers. And I'm just thinking, why did you do it? Like, the joke would have worked with other things, too. Like, he could have done other objects. You know, he could have picked something else that didn't make him throw up. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, memes. I guess that's why. I guess that's why he did it. Yeah, but, yeah, butter is more visceral. Anyway, that's his thing. I just can't wait until next year we're in person and he's like, hey, Steven, come film this. And I'm like, please don't be butter again. Please. Please just do anything but that. 3 Divots of Sudabite. A reminder to anyone who saw Jared's concert, Stephen George Orwell says that Big Peggy is watching you, clown. That was a genuine surprise. We had, on
Sunday.
On Mother's Day, we actually went and had an early dinner with my parents, which was wonderful. When we were driving back, Mal was looking at the stream and said, Pears and Pork is on screen as a stretch goal. And I was like, Pears and Pork? She goes, yeah. And I was like,
Our pears and pork?
I was like, our Pears and Pork? And she's like,
I think so.
Yeah. Like, and I was like, what other Pears and Pork could there be? And then as we walked in the door, we turned on the stream, and it was, Jared was just getting ready to start it. And it blew my mind. I was like, it's like, I did not expect this. But again, we have our community to thank for that. So, yeah, Doodle says, that's me and Bella Bunny's fault. Thank you all. It was weird. It was a weird thing, but it was really cool because I think Jared's drums added a lot.
They did.
They actually added a lot, and also his his facial expressions reacting live to what the lyrics were.
That we couldn't remember.
I recorded that years ago, and it was a reminder that, we used to do that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get a chance to do that. That song exists, by the way. The reason that song exists is there was a user that had... I don't remember exactly what the username is now. I feel bad because it's been a few years and I can't quite remember. But there was a user who watched our content all the time, had a username that included both pears and pork. I forget what the username was, but their girlfriend reached out to me and said, my boyfriend's a huge fan of your stuff, and I was wondering if you could give I think it was just like do a shout out or do something like that. And then we took that request and went up here with it and wrote a song that included the words and everything. And that's actually why that song exists. I don't know if we ever talked about that on the vlog, but that's actually the reason. It was just a random request of like, hey, could you give my boyfriend a shout out on the vlog or something? Or
This is their screen name.
Or send a message. And instead we were like, well, what if we make a music video to this? And then we did.
To a song we just make up on the spot.
Yeah, I actually I think we wrote that. I think that wasn't complete
You
improv.
did?
Yeah, I think it probably sounds insane, but yeah, we wrote it. We definitely bringing about some like They Might Be Giants vibes because there's some really bizarre lyrics. But yeah, that's the
Who's quick campus?
that's the backstory behind Paris and Pork. Anyway, 300 bits from AG and Quell. It says, I've been all over the place the past few days, but Coliseum and especially the art segment was fantastic. So when can we buy On It On Fire mugs? I'm so glad that it was well received. I'm so glad. We will hold on to the painting and see what comes of it in a year.
Yeah.
And I checked with Josh, and Josh still has the painting he made a year ago. So, I can't make any guarantees about if the canvases will be like prizes for a future Coliseum, but that's what we would like to do. So we'll see if we can make that happen. 27 months from Laney Bears, who says, good morning. I didn't... Oh, here we go. That was a resub. And then 500 bits from Laney Bears, who says, sorry, I hit enter too soon. I had a really bad first Mother's Day, but I'm glad I was able to cheer myself up with the VOD of YouTube painting. I'm sorry to hear about that. But again, one of the reasons we do what we do is to help distract folks or help cheer folks up. So I'm glad that was able to bring you some joy. And I hope that in the day since Mother's Day... Days? Yeah, it's been 2 days.
2 days.
It's been a weird amount of time. I hope things have gotten a little bit better. So, Lainey, thank you. 28 months from Listen Little Bear says, 28 months. So after that weekend, when does Dan get out of what John's chat calls horny jail? I heard the judge is known for his foolish proclamations in illuminating children. I hope, it was just a bit. Because Dan, I mean, anyone's watched Steven and Friends knows that Dan will commit to a bit. Mm-hmm. He is good about being able to commit to a bit. Sometimes I worry that he has overcommitted to a bit, and I'm like, whoa, we are committed to this bit. Yeah, I think he's out of jail. I think he's out of jail now. I don't know if I need more coffee. I think I need water. I need to live up to the mug itself and actually put some water in it. 300 bits from Night Owl. It says, there were so many great moments this year. My favorite had to be you saying off camera, bless that man. I would be dropping hydrants all over the place like dollar bills at the strip club if I could connect. Did you say that?
I did.
Oh!
It was funny.
It is funny. I didn't know actually.
During the Smash Brothers segment, Steven couldn't connect to the group to play with the rest of the people playing. I was reading donations.
Yeah.
And I think John dropped the fire hydrant. Someone did. Someone dropped the fire hydrant and was like, I'm doing that for Steven. And they got like the very last.
Mao told me, I wasn't watching the segment at the time because I was doing something else.
Yeah.
And Mao told me that. So she texted that to me, and then I texted that to her, but I didn't intend for it to be on stream. I mean, it's fine. That's just funny because I didn't actually know that you shared that.
I did.
I'll have to go back and catch the VOD. Anyway, congratulations on a wonderful weekend. Well, thank you. It was good. It was good.
Oh, John dropped the fire hydrant as Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think you.
I told you it in the text. I just couldn't remember it right now.
Yeah. Sab says, were you recording your wonderful Bakuma's High vocals? I think actually I was. Because I wasn't planning on recording anything for that because I'd been so busy with the bumper. When I ended up
And
not...
SNL intro.
Yeah, just a million other things. So by the time I was... when I found out that I couldn't connect to Smash...
Thank you, Spifflo.
It's true. When I found out I couldn't connect to Smash, I was like, well, crap. I've got time. So then I recorded the thing. By the way, I'm not sure because I haven't tested it, but I suspect heavily the reason I could not connect to Smash is because Dan was in it. You guys remember a while back when we had that issue with Animal Crossing where I can't connect to Dan's island and he can't connect to mine? We can connect to someone else's, but we can't connect to each other. If that is true and Smash does things a little differently where it's not one person hosting, where I don't know how networking stuff works, but if they're sharing that and it saw that me and Dan are coming from the same ISP, I bet you anything that's it. Because I have not had any other problems otherwise, and when it comes up and it's like, your NAT type is wrong, it's not. It's fine. It even says, like, oh, NAT type A, and I'm like, that's the one I need. So, yeah. Yeah, the reason I may not have been in the Smash thing is because Dan was in there. But it also would have meant that of me, Mao, and Dan, only one of us could have ever participated.
Yeah.
So, I hope Tom doesn't ever need to do more Custom Smash, because if he needs the three of us to be in it, something changed with our ISP with how they handle things, and it just does not work anymore. So, that sucks. Networking is awful. 28 months from Armored Frog, who says, 28 months, I literally just finished watching the Lamp 2 video, and dang, that was seriously good. Can't wait for Lamp 3 next year. We'll see. We'll see. I talk about this in a vlog that's coming out soon, but I don't know that I will be doing cinematic short film stuff anymore for Coliseum. It's not an impossibility, but it takes a long time, and it's time that I really, truly don't have. So next year, assuming the event is back in person, it's more likely that I'll be putting my efforts into doing things like I did in 2019. Basically, instead of trying to take a week and make one thing, I'll probably take a week and shoot bumpers like I did 2 years ago and make a bunch of things, because it's important.
Do you see this cat?
Sorry, Sab says, I'll do it for you, Steven. How many Dutch angles do you want? We gotta turn up the graphics on level 3. We gotta turn up the Dutch angles on this film. He's a good boy. Peggy is here courtesy of Zeta Program. It says, Peggy had lots of fun on Coliseum, though Peggy did love the company of the lamp. Also, Peggy suggests Steven to do better at singing Bakumatai, so you could sing for everyone. So, I found out afterwards that I had heard that song before, because apparently that song is in the beginning part of Yakuza 0. I did not remember that. I played Yakuza 0 for First 20. I did not remember that song at all. But apparently I had heard it before. But the version that you hear, my recording on Jules' thing was, without playing it, I just opened up GarageBand and recorded it. Like, I was learning how the ebb and flow of the song went as I'm doing it. And I'm just doing my best to figure out how it goes. So by the end, it's okay. It's not too bad. I also don't know Japanese, which would probably make things a little
Someone submitted
easier.
The hoedown for me, because I didn't submit one because I was busy.
The do.
Yeah. But I had the idea during this segment. I was like, oh, I should have done the chorus with Peach voice.
Next year.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
That one's real hard to do for Jules if he's not at his own computer, probably.
Yeah. This will probably be the last year that we get certain types of segments.
Yeah.
We've had 2 years of Jules Makes Music, and it's been funny, but we probably won't get that again, so it's probably been kind of a special thing. We probably won't have another art segment. It's not impossible.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we'll see. If the next Coliseum takes place, if the next in-person Coliseum takes place in Myrtle Beach, maybe
We'll have to see.
we'll see. No guarantees, because moving all that stuff is very, very hard. 300 bits from Macau 2020. Low brass fact of the day: Santana and Rob Thomas's song "Smooth" was the last Billboard #1 hit of a decade, century, and millennium, and also the first Billboard #1 hit of a different decade, century, and millennium, being the only song to do so far. That's neat. I like little music facts like that. Also, I haven't listened to Santana in a while. I also haven't heard the name Santana in a while. 500 bits from Mr. Gameboy. He says, I love the lamp bumper. I love that you hired Thor to get some lightning in that outdoor shot. Can't wait for the trilogy to happen. It was just a happy accident that we had a storm coming in. But like Mal said, we had been trying to shoot it. I tried to shoot it the day before and it rained, and I could not shoot the outdoor stuff in the rain because it wouldn't make sense because the ending was already shot and it was not raining. So we got fortunate where we didn't have rain, but we had lightning, which was fine because it adds a lot of atmosphere and it doesn't need to be in the last thing. So
Same, Sab.
Yeah.
Sab said that she can't wait to cook.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. I'm just looking forward to having everyone eat meals together.
Yeah.
And I will...
Having our meetings while we all eat breakfast,
which
that was really cool.
Really cool experience. And I'll cook. I'd love to do some breakfasts for everyone.
And I know that Chatia was interested in doing that, and Lukagen, because Lukagen couldn't be there for year 2.
Mm-hmm. Year 2 was good.
And I know Brooke was interested in doing that, and Donna, yeah.
And the thing is, we've only done, and I said this I think at the end of Coliseum, but now half of Coliseum has been online, so we now have equal parts online and in person. But the best Coliseum, in my memory, is the second one because that one was in person. We had a house that fit us that time.
Yeah.
We didn't really fit in the 2018 house. There were also 2 bathrooms, and that was a trial.
Spiffle says, why only the ladies cooking? We want to.
I mean, knowing what I know about... I'm about to call some people out hardcore here. Knowing what I know about the menfolk of TRG, not a lot of them do cooking. Not in fact, I don't know everyone super well, admittedly, but not many of everyone. It might be me.
I don't know.
I don't know everyone super well, but of everyone, I might be the one who does the most cooking. Anyway.
Wait, John catches cereal on fire?
Gracious. Well. Anyway. I'm not a chef by any stretch of the imagination, but I do cook, and I do cook regularly. And I think that is definitely something that at least certain people within the TRG-averse cannot say. Some people do not cook. Some people do not even get near a kitchen. So, yeah. Next year, when there's people in the kitchen cooking, I'll be right there alongside because I can do that. Yeah. Emil says, John once started a fire making hot dogs. He left to go play video games and forgot he was cooking. I feel like that story can be adapted to any bad thing that happens with John. John once, insert bad thing, having this thing. He left to go play video games and forgot this thing was happening. It's a very John phrase. He left to go play video games. I feel bad. None of these people are here to defend themselves. I'm like, but I didn't say it. Emil said it, so it's fine. 30 months from Jolly Roger Gay. Good morning. I never have to submit an essay ever again.
Nice.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. As someone who, I enjoyed school, but I didn't like the tests and the essays. When you're finally done with it, it's a really good feeling.
Taking multiple choice tests is an art. There are skills to it.
Really?
Yeah. That sometimes people get taught and sometimes people don't. Sometimes people pick up on them.
Well, I'm just glad it's done. I haven't had to take a freaking test in 10 years. 10 years. I graduated 10 years ago. Ooh. Anyway, I haven't had to take a test in 10 years, and it's great. It's great. Ain't nobody testing my knowledge except for chat, which is different. 13 months from Throw It Down. This message is brought to you by 13 months. 13 months. If it was any other year, this would count as a long time. That's good. 300 from Jaboka. Morning. Still trying to process what just happened this weekend. I'm so proud of everyone. Your bumper was insanely spooky as my power started to flicker as soon as it started. Yes. Anything that adds to the dramatic atmosphere is a win in my book. Coffee. 300 from Item Crafting Live. Since you've collected almost every Wii game out there, how rare is that copy of Elmo's Pub Crawl? Dan's bumper was excellent, and Coliseum was a lot of fun this year. I mean, I guess because there's only one, it's super rare. So that bumper was a lot of fun. That was Dan's idea. I spitballed some stuff with him to try and get it into a ready state, but he is the one that photoshopped that cover. He sent it to me, and the only thing I changed is I brightened up Elmo, because once I printed it, I was like, oh, Elmo needs to be brighter. But I printed it, cut it, put it in a spare Wii case I had, and we went and shot it. And again, all this stuff will be on the vlog soon, because I'll be showing what's been going on for the past week.
Are his eyes closed?
Nope.
No? Okay.
They're open.
I thought you'd go fall back asleep.
You're just resting. Good resting music right now. Right?
Now my face is going to be itchy from the cat hair.
Boop. Who got booped? Alright. 15 months from Dragon Girl 2571. 15 months. Woo! Thank you, Dragon Girl. 15 months.
Hold the cup up. It can't be.
It's you. It's you. You get to you're next to yourself.
He smells like perfume this morning.
I don't know what that means. 15 months from Trent 2L. Almost there with that number. Fantastic job with Coliseum. John's cosplay of Rosa John was great, and the money raised was crazy. I'm so proud of both of these communities. Hope you and Kepi get some rest. Love y'all. Well, work in progress, but we're getting there. Starting to get some more sleep. 3 Bits of Majors 10. Here's my last $3 to tell you that you both did an incredible job. Glad you're not dead, Steven. And I can't wait to see where TRG goes from here. You should all be proud. I also am very curious where Runaway Guys goes from here. We were talking a little bit at the end of the event about how it's the forming of this group has affected all of us in all of our lives in some way, and it's certainly come a long way in the however many years it's been. 10 years it's been around. So yeah, we'll see. Becca says try sitcom. That's the bumper we need. We need everyone in person so we can actually put together the sitcom. 11 months from Statman7. Good morning. Loved y'all at Coliseum. Also loved Steven's rendition of Baka Matai for Twitch Makes Music with the Mao Hoedown. Enjoy a non-douchey day. Whenever Jules got to that part, I was like, please keep that part in. Like, if you don't leave any other part in, keep douchey day. I did my best. 22 months from Diamond Luxray. Thank you. 300 bits from Adrian Quell. Also, can I get some good vibes? I'm not allowed to go back to work until I test negative for COVID, and I've been stuck at home testing positive for almost 2 months now. Good vibes.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope that that you get that negative test soon. Hope things improve as quickly as humanly possible for you. 300 bits from Becca, who says, had a blast during Colo. The bumpers were amazing. Also, I took my entrance exam for nursing school, and I passed. Future LPN coming soon.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And I think I saw Padawan Becca say earlier that they had to step out and they would be back at like 10:30. So you're watching this probably later, in which case, congratulations. And we just said that, so I guess I'm redundant, but it doesn't matter. 300 bits from Toaster Wolf, who says, morning, grandparents. Tomorrow's my 22nd birthday, a.k.a. one of the most consistently bizarre days for me every year. Half of it is crap, the other is amazing every time. Okay, well, let's hope that tomorrow shifts things so it's not half and half.
That it's all amazing.
Oh, I was going to say like 60-40.
Oh.
But that yours is better. I hope your day is 60% amazing and 40% crap. Which would be an improvement if it's always 50-50. Or 100-0. We'll go for 100-0. Also, happy early birthday. 300 bits from Diddy Eggs. Fantastic news. I was selected by the SCDOT for a transportation engineering internship this summer. Found out about this on my birthday.
Cool.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice. We have another long-term viewer who is a part of the SCDOT.
I think we have a friend who worked for their state's DOT for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so,
someone else we know that watches our stuff is SCDOT.
Yep. So I hope the internship goes well. We got 14 months from Hypnophant. Appreciate it. 500 bits from Chemist, who says, since it didn't get read during Cookie, I just wanted to share my donation message. This community is so wonderful. I'm so glad to be a part of it. Love you all, and keep being awesome. We will try. We'll do our best. And but for you and for anyone else who didn't get their donation message read, we do apologize. It was a wild weekend. There was a lot. There was a lot of messages. I also think that they're going to be making some internal changes to how the system works. Mm-hmm. And I've heard several people now tell me specifically that they'd really like the system to put high donations at the top.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't currently do that. Mm-hmm. We have enjoyed this luxury for a bit because when Chaz made the alert system for us
for Snakebag
for Snakebag a couple months ago, that was one of the things he built in. Mm-hmm. And it's really great. Yeah. It's really great. Like if people send in a higher alert, we know about it immediately because it shows up at the top. Mm-hmm. But that is not how Coliseum works, which means you've got hundreds of donations, and if something big comes in and you don't catch it when it first comes in, you will not find it because it is lost in a sea. So it'll be like, 1, 1, 5, 10, 1, 1, 5, 10, 1,000, 1, 1, 10, and like there's no way of knowing. So, I do hope, I'm not in charge of that, but I do hope that they add that in, because as someone who's had that ability for a while, it's great. It's really great, and it ensures we don't miss anything. 300 bits from Raxo, who says, just wanted to give a huge shout out to the Astronocats for working together for pushing #Scoop for Kepi.
Scoop for Kepi.
You got that scoop, bud. You got that scoop. Or John, I guess, maybe got that scoop. 16 months from VCR-san. Oh, hey, 16 months. I was lucky to catch up to the VODs and see the finale of Coliseum. Great job to you two and everyone else who was a part of the event in any form. And there's, again, I know we mentioned it earlier today, but like there's so many folks behind the scenes. Shout out, again, because I know how hard our mods work. Shout out to John's mods. I'm actually going to give them a round of applause for the amazing job that they did over the weekend because, you know, modding a stream is difficult. Modding a stream that consistently has thousands and thousands and sometimes tens of thousands of people for 15 hours a day is hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So yeah, shout out to John's Mods because they did an incredible.
They also
Incredible thing.
inputted stuff for Fortune Cookie, for Chaos Fortune Cookie,
which was also coming in like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of people that need a lot of thanks and congratulations, but a lot of times mod is more of a thankless job. It's just it's a role that's happening in the background, and I want to make sure that they get some serious
And their
recognition.
polls were great, Renee says.
Yeah.
They were. I loved the polls.
Yeah, they did a really good job. When people think of a mod, I think a lot of times they think, oh, that's someone that's ready to hit the band hammer.
Yeah.
And like that's not incorrect, but a lot of times mods are just facilitating an event. I think the role of a Twitch mod most of the time is making sure that everyone has a good time and adding to the stream in some way. That's what our mods do. And that's what John's mods did over the weekend. So again, they deserve a lot of praise because they did a really good job. They did a really, really good job. 16 months from Retro Remedies. She says, it's been a bit since I subbed, but happy to see you are doing well. It's been a stressful few months for me, so watching Colo has been a fun distraction. I'm glad that we could, you know, help contribute to that distraction. And the great thing about Coliseum is that very few people get a chance to like watch the whole thing when it's airing. So the great thing is even after it's done, there's content to watch, and there's more content coming because there's going to be extra streams.
Yeah.
Because Odoodle says you're excited to rematch John and Kirby's Dream Course. Yeah, that's a thing that's happening.
Rematch.
I haven't played that game since I last played it with him a year ago. So
You could do some practicing.
I could, or I could just be like, maybe they'll be fine.
Would you mind trying to get John to get us our futons?
I'll bring that up the next chance I get. Emil says, I can say I watched or lived every segment. I do it every year as a learning experience. I mean, I want you to watch all of them. I want you to be a part of them because you are, I was going to say one of the leathers in TRG. every Emil, Tim, and John are each one of the leathers. I guess Tim can be the T, but then the other ones I'm like,
G, J.
R is for...
Emil has an R in his name.
Emil is, yeah, so
Somewhere.
that's, Emil is R, and then G is John, because John is a cool guy. G, there you go. Tim, Ramil, and Good John. I'm never gonna say the Runaway Guys ever again. I'm going to say TRG. And when people are like, what's TRG stand for? I'll be like, oh, that's acronyms for all of their names. Tim, Ramil, and Gajan. And everyone will be like, oh, yeah, okay. All right. Cool. I've just decided. 3D bits.
Sep, I'm dead.
300 bits from Diddy Eggs, who says, currently having a Zelda off between Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. Which is better? Almost done with Skyward Sword, and we'll be starting Twilight Princess soon. Well, chat can't answer that. We can't, because neither of us have ever played Skyward Sword. I played 30 minutes of Skyward Sword with Dan for Extra Life last year. I think we didn't even play I don't think we played far enough to save.
No, we didn't.
Which is really alarming, because if people donate towards Skyward Sword again, we will be starting over. So part of me is like, please do not donate towards Skyward Sword this year. Do not do it. We will have to start over again. Oh, Tiger said you did save. Did we save? Oh, okay. All right. I thought we didn't save.
Coffee.
Cool. Well, then maybe it's fine. I actually thought we hadn't saved at all. Maybe one day, at some point in the future, we'll get back to incorporating other games, and we'll be able to finally play a little more Majora's Mask.
Maybe.
Maybe one day we'll finally beat it. 300 bits from Light Rock. Congratulations, grandparents, on a huge successful weekend. I want to bring attention to Rosa John making an appearance. In Chugga's words, "Oh no, he's hot!" Also glad my submission for Mal's part for TRG Makes Music made it more chaotic. Hashtag doo-doo. Thank you, Light Rock. I actually haven't caught the very end of Jules' segment.
No.
Because I was preparing for Smash.
Yeah.
Is that when that was? I had to do something. I don't remember what it was, but I couldn't catch the very, very end. So I actually need to watch how that turned out. Because I'm super, super curious. 300 bits from Lost Vagabond says, okay, but pears and pork? I'm just glad that it got a little more traction after all these years. Like, it's a thing that we did once and basically forgot about. So it's
golf was after music.
Oh, it's golf. So I'm glad that, more folks are finding out about the absurdity. 300 bits from Throwdown. History fact: President Harry S. Truman and Ulysses S. Grant don't have a middle name. The S doesn't stand for anything. Now that I've shared a history fact, Mal can share one art fact.
Was it Goya? I think it was Goya. I don't remember. I haven't slept in days, it feels like. I'm pretty sure it was Goya. Goya bought a house and lived in it for a very long time and painted on all the walls while he lived there. And, I don't know if those paintings survived. I think they, had to disassemble the house and take them to museums.
Goya most famously did...
Yeah, that was Goya. Thanks, Aeronautical.
Yeah, Goya most famously did Saturn Eating His Son.
And 3rd of May?
Oh, that's the history piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, the historical piece. So, it's great. It's great. I love that piece. 25 months from Mice Chocobo. Speaking of charity, Extra Life 2021 is in 5 to 6 months. People can set up a monthly donation with a message, and it will be attached to every subsequent donation. Yeah. And Ice Chocobo did that because it's showing up on the thing. Yeah, I think that's a relatively new feature for Extra Life. Is doing that sort of thing. But if you want to do that, that is something that you can set up, and we still get your
message.
Your message. So if you want to contribute to a game or something, you can do that. But you can also wait till we get closer to the event. It's up to you. You can make those decisions. People want them beans. Mal, you want to give them beans?
Is Thomas here still?
I don't think Thomas is still here.
Ah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can run them.
I wanted to make sure I touched the metal first.
It's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Here's to Thomas, wherever he is, dreaming of beans. Probably at work.
Mm-hmm.
But still dreaming of beans.
Mm-hmm.
600 bits from Shanath, who says, here's an idea for next in-person Coliseum. Bring both your and Josh's paintings and hang them on the wall during Colo 2022. I mean, again, I mentioned it earlier. I'm hoping that we would be able to include them as prizes. I think Emil mentioned it in chat earlier, but one of the reasons we can't give the painting away as a prize the same year as we do it is because, for legal purposes, and this is all way beyond me, you have to know what the prizes are ahead of time if you're doing something like this. So they have to have a list of what the prizes are going to be, and because the art doesn't exist yet, we can't do it. We could probably get around it if we were like, we're giving away this canvas. And if there's something new on the canvas, who knows? But we haven't tried to do that. So yeah, it's something that we could probably do for next year, but
yeah,
we can't do the same year that we do it. So yeah, I can't answer the question about the macaroni art. I don't know anything about that, so don't ask me that question. I can't answer it. 10 months from Jithy Picard. It says, 10 months. Atlas, my Twitch cat is good. I'm glad that your Twitch cat is doing okay. 300 bits from Suspiciously Moist Carpet. Gotta get that water and water and water, water, water and water. I've been doing my best to drink water. I mean, I'm having coffee this morning, but I'm doing it in the water mug, so I guess that, counts for for something. How's water doing? It was only added last stream, right? Yeah, it's got a ways to catch up, but it's doing modestly well.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing modestly well. People like water, which is good because they need it. Not everyone likes tea. Not everyone likes coffee. Everyone's got to drink water at some point. 500 bits from Leaf 473. It's nice to catch a breakfast stream for once before heading to bed. It was great to watch day 1 all day, and I can't wait to get caught up on the VODs. Hope you're all recovering well. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you're here for breakfast stream. And yeah, recovering's going okay.
Could be a couple days.
It's going to be a couple days though. And actually, on that note, go ahead and tell you now. In order to make sure that we are fully mentally available on Friday, or fully available mentally for Breath of the Wild, we are going to push Breath of the Wild back one more week. Because we really don't want to not be completely aware at the very end of the game. We would hate for one of the final streams to be like, oh, Steven and Mao are clearly sleep deprived and bad. So we are going to do one more Pokemon Snap stream. Because I wanted to do another Snap stream anyway. It's super chill, super casual, and if we're still feeling a little wonky, then it's basically the perfect game.
There's still secret Pokemon that haven't shown up either.
There's a lot that we haven't even played, honestly.
Well, I meant in the alerts.
Oh, yeah. So we'll be doing Snap again on Friday. So tune in if you want to see just super casual gameplay. And we will very much attempt to do Breath of the Wild next Friday.
Yeah.
But we're going to wait one more week. So that way when we finally get back to Breath of the Wild, our brains work. Because at the rate things are going, I'm hoping I'll feel better on Friday. But also,
just in case.
I don't know that. I do not know that. 13 months from sneeze. 13 months from I'm Advil Melon, who says, I did it. I finished my freshman year of college completely online and from home. It feels surreal. I want to give good vibes to everyone finishing up the semester this month.
Congratulations.
Man.
I know that had to be rough.
Yeah. It's been a bizarre year for everyone, but especially for students. And the idea of, like, I'm putting myself in that position, and the idea of doing my entire freshman year of college online is just, I can't picture it. I just cannot picture it. So, congrats, and I sincerely hope that future years of college are not all like this. I hope that there's more traditional experiences for everyone. 9 months from Land144. Wow, it's been an awesome 9 months. I'm so glad I found you in this awesome community. TRG Colo and Extra Life and all the time between have had so many fun times. I mean, true.
Yeah.
True. One of the things I really appreciate is the fact that Colo and Extra Life are almost exactly 6 years.
6 years apart.
6 months apart. So there's always, I mean, for our community at least, and then maybe,
I don't think
and
I
then
could
maybe also John's
recover
community.
if they were close.
Huh?
I don't think I could physically be recovered if they were close.
Yeah.
Because I am so tired.
Yeah. It's nice to have one of those things to look forward to, every 6 months. And like I was saying, our community certainly looks forward to it. But then, there's other communities outside of ours that also are participating in Extra Life.
Yeah.
The most notable one is probably John's. Me and John's communities are intertwined in a very strange way, but in a very fun way. And I appreciate all of their support too. So you all know who you are. Thank you. For making Coliseum a success, and then also helping to contribute to Extra Life every year, too. 300 bits from Willa Peters.
Now raid each other again.
That's probably one of the best moments in Twitch history. It's great. And someone, I think, maybe Yuki cut a version of both of them together so you can see what's going on. It's great. It's great. That raidception was fantastic. Chess is so intertwined, but yet also so different. Yeah. I was explaining it on the call, actually. It was after the stream went down. I was talking to some folks, and I was explaining that we have very, like, there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. And I said, I feel like John's community shows up in a big way every year for Extra Life, but then also throughout the year, John's community is present. You know, like for Breath of the Wild streams and stuff like that. And I was like, it feels like tendrils that slowly seep into the community, and every once in a while they're like, would you like to be drawn with boobs? And then I'm like, nah, that's not really our thing. And they're like, okay, see you at Extra Life. And it's like a few times a year that very specific thing starts to happen. That's one of the ways in which our communities are pretty different. Sephiroth says that's not far off. Oh, I know. I feel like it's a pretty accurate, not sure I like the word well, okay. Okay, tendrils probably could have been differently chosen, but it still applies. Adoodle says you were playing, yeah. Yeah, when we started to head down that road for disc only, I was like, all right, I'll just jump on, I'll be a cactus. We'll call it there. Here's a bit from Willow Peter, who says, didn't Jules cook quesadillas once during a Coliseum?
Yeah.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. It was late.
I don't remember.
It was very late.
I watched, I'm not going to say who. I don't want to embarrass them. I watched someone cook eggs at 2018 Coliseum, and I about lost my mind because their idea of cooking eggs was putting the pan up maybe on high heat. It didn't matter because the eggs were destroyed, but they mixed up the eggs. They were making scrambled eggs. They put them in the pan, and they just walked away. I mean, they were gone. And I was washing dishes, and I just sat there and watched those eggs, and I didn't want to like interfere, but I was just thinking like these eggs they were ruined because the pan was too hot to begin with. But like eggs on medium heat are done in 2 minutes. Like they happen, man. There's no reason to walk away at all. And I almost questioned if this person even knew how to make eggs in the first place. It was like, eggs on medium heat just cook. They just cook. They're done. As soon as you put them in, you just go shoop, shoop, shoop. It doesn't matter if you're making them creamy or whatever. You don't have to make them the way I make them. Just they cook. And they left. And I was like, what are you doing?
That pan had to be scrubbed.
That pan, it almost felt like we ruined that pan.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. And actually, I think they came back. They were surprised at what had occurred, and then they did not eat the eggs because the eggs were ruined. And I was thinking, of course the eggs are ruined. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you who that was. I'm not going to, because that was a rough call out. Anyway, this is why I would like to make the eggs for the group. I can make the eggs. 32 months from Skit Scott. Appreciate it. 500 bits from Radio Dredge says, speaking of being bad at cooking, uni flatmate of mine forgot he was boiling eggs. Although, oh boy, this was submitted 30 minutes ago, and yet this story is similar. Forgot he was boiling eggs. I heard a loud bang in the kitchen and walked into exploded eggs in a pot, and all of the water evaporated. Yikes.
Ooh.
You know, that's not that far off from the story I just told. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I mean, it's not great. It's bad, but it's fun that I told that without knowing about that alert coming next. 32 months from Crunchy Face. Appreciate it. 300 from DC Racer. Can I get a clown and good vibes for my finals week? I've got 2 quizzes, 3 projects, a lab report, and a final in 7 days. Hashtag Quarter Gang. Good luck.
Thanks, Montaru.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well. It's a lot.
That is a lot to do.
Again, whenever people, I don't have like college PTSD, but I do have like a deep appreciation for being done.
Yeah.
Whenever we hear from the students, I'm like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good luck. And
glad that part of my life is over.
Yeah. Glad I don't have to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. That's why whenever people over the years would be like, hey, do you ever have any interest in going back to school? I'm like, no.
Nope.
No. Mm-mm. You know, least of which is because I owed $1 bajillion.
Yeah.
That certainly doesn't help, but, you know, just saying. 300 bits from Noah, who says, for the culture. Thank you, Noah. Part of the George culture.
Toast
And Peggy. Oh, God. Noah says, I still have at minimum 5 more years of school.
Oh.
That really hurts. I wish you luck. And, you know, I feel like good things will come of the schooling, especially for that much schooling. But, like...
It's also been interesting...
That phrase hurts my heart.
Over the years to hear Noah's journey through education.
Mm-hmm. It's a long one. Mm-hmm. It's a long one. 300 bits from A-Rails. I have the breakfast stream on the TV, and my cat was really interested in seeing Kepi when he came on the screen. She was like, who is this strange cat, and why is he in my home?
Kepi.
Shout out to all of the animals watching breakfast stream. Maybe against their will. They're like, I would rather watch the bird channel, but this is fine. 16 months from Whether You On, who says, woo, 16. Thank you. You got 21 months from Kirby Volt. Thank you for that. 300 bits from Basunas, who says, in case y'all or chat didn't see, Jared's bumper was programming his drum kit with sound bites from TRG, and his hi-hat was the clown song, and I really got a kick out of it. Great event overall as well. Yeah, it's fantastic. Again, there will be a bumper compilation at some point, and all the bumpers will be put together like they were before, and you'll be able to watch all of them in succession.
At some point.
At some point. Don't know when that is, but at some point. 300 bits from Shy says, my favorite part of Steven's Bakamatai was the very end where the song is fading, the music is fading, and you hear seriously, what does this mean? A legit question. I was reading Japanese lyrics, or what do they call it? Romanized? Is that what it's called when they write it in English phonetics?
I think so.
So I was reading that, but like I don't know what I'm reading. I have no idea what it's called. Yeah. So Fossick says I was being the hurt. I clarified with Jules, because Jules had asked in the TRG Colo Discord, like, hey, submit something to this. And I clarified with him. I was like, so just so I know, I have never heard the song before, because at the time I didn't think I had. I'd never heard the song before, and I said, I'm going to record my first time ever singing this. And also, I do not know Japanese, and I'm going to get stuff phonetically wrong. I was like, just wanted to double check that this is what you want. And he goes, yeah. And I was like, cool.
Lost Vagabond says, I want Sab's vocals isolated. Sab did really good.
Sab did fantastic. But like there was going to be any doubt, right? So. Mm-hmm. Did you have a douche? I did. I had a douchey day. Anyway, it's a great segment. Hope everyone enjoys it. 19 months of Tier 2, Gold Toast from Grabobly. Thank you. 300 bits from Shy, who says Tim, Ron, and Jamil. Also acceptable. Also acceptable. 7 months from Max Spatial Awareness. 7 months? Oh, hello then. It's been a wonderful time to see you guys on Twitch do the thing. Good morning and congrats on $410,000 plus for Coliseum. It's still sinking in a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that in one fell swoop you could raise $500,000 is like, you know, even to me, I'm like, that's not real. That's not a thing that you can do. Us? No, we're part of the TRG. We're all relatively still very small in my mind, and yet that great things were accomplished.
Yeah,
great things were accomplished. So from Skit Scott, I kind of had a bumper idea for Lord Donator and the Lamp, where they are reunited and it's the slow motion running down the beach. I'm looking forward to being able to do more spur of the moment
silly
stuff.
Things.
Maybe some stuff with the lamp. I do hope to some extent that I haven't ruined. It's my one worry is I hope I haven't ruined the lamp as being a part of non-serious things. Mm-hmm. You know, like I have had a very clear vision for what I wanted the little short films we've done to be. The lamp is evil. Mm-hmm. The lamp itself is evil. So I've had a very distinct vision, which is not discussed with like the group, right? And there's somewhat of a worry on my part that the things that I'm establishing in the film canon are very different from the reality of things. So we'll see. Because I would like to do stuff like that. That's the thing. Is I would love to get like slow motion running down the beat, like holding the lamp. I think that sort of thing would, would be great.
Sorry, I just had a...
I just don't want people to always be like, oh no, the lamp's gonna kill everyone. Be like, well, maybe not. Chill Day says the films are fiction. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that keeps being brought up, like that I've seen both in the first one and in the second one, is like, where is Mao? And it's like, in this reality, Mao, I don't even know that Mao exists, because she can't. It's been a 2-person team filming these for 2 years in quarantine, so like, she couldn't have existed. We can't include her. It's too difficult to write all of that. So, within this reality, it's just me. There is no Kepi. There is no Mao. So I might be taking very specific liberties and telling a very specific story with what I create versus what happens in the events. We'll see. 31 months from Jay. Hey! Thanks, Jay. 31 months from Brandon, who said, hope you can rest up this week, guys, and thanks to Pickletron for my sub gift. Thank you, Brandon, and also thank you, Pickletron. And yeah, I'm hoping that it'll get better a little bit by a little bit, and maybe Thursday we'll feel a little bit more good up here. 30 Bits from Shy says, if you want fun art/architecture facts, Frank Lloyd Wright had a live-in ranch for his apprentices, except he never taught them anything. They were expected to work around the ranch and just learn from being around him.
He had...
Seems like a crappy teacher.
2 areas where he worked. One was Wisconsin and the other was Arizona. Taliesin.
Yeah. You always wanted to take me up to that thing. The place.
Falling Water?
No.
House on the Rock is not Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh, shoot. Well, then that's what I was thinking of, so I'm wrong. Never mind. Who's that?
Someone who wanted to imitate him and be part of
that's
that.
probably why I thought that. Okay. Well, 19 months from Gingertail says, so chugga cookies for everyone at next Colo?
Maybe if the cookie sheet has a lip.
But that's like a good idea for a bumper, though. It's like, Emil starts making chugga cookies, and everyone's like, no! And that's it. It's a 20-second bumper. 10 months from Gamers 00700. 10 months with the grandparents.
Yeah.
Thank you, gamers. I appreciate it. I got through alerts. Trying to think if there's any other little things I want to discuss before we head off here. I'll tell you about things this week, and then I might circle back around and mention just a few little more things about Coliseum before we end off. Pikmin's back on today because it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
I will work hard to get a vlog out because I need to. I need to try and catch that up. Other things that are happening. I think the Runaway Guys Coliseum 4 shirt is still available.
As of the 2nd, maybe?
As of this second.
Maybe not much longer.
Yeah, it might not be available tonight. So if you were interested in getting one, that I think it's on protonjohn.com. I think.
Thanks, Brandon.
Oh, is that shirt.mario.gives? There you go. That's the link. If you want to pick one up, they are going to be. Oh, okay. Emil's just said there's like there's 3 more hours. 3 more hours. So like you don't have much time, but if you want to pick one up, you can pick one up, and those that money does also go towards the event. So that's actually also going to boost up the numbers. So maybe if you if you didn't get a chance to donate and you want to donate and get a thing, you could pick up a shirt because that's a good way to do that. Otherwise, Pokemon Snap will be on
Friday.
And I think that's it.
This is available now.
Yeah. This is the way that we decided to do it because the Hot Chocolate gang pushed so hard for hot chocolate mugs is I just decided that the physical mug will exist for as long as the thing is on screen. That's what we're going to do. So Water is available on screen, so Water is available in person. At some point, Water will leave, and then the mugs will be gone too. So that's how we'll do it. And the Kept design from Galactic Sav is available through May and June. Yeah. And that's it.
That's all I can think of.
That's all I can think of. All right. 2087 bits. From Fossix, it says, TRG Colo was a huge success. We couldn't have done it without everyone who did a segment, helped out, donated, just watched, or Jules somehow scoring worse than last year's tier list. I'm going to finally get the jab today, and I can't be more excited.
Congratulations.
Awesome. And you don't need us to tell you because I know you've heard it so much, but water in, water in, water, 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 and water. Assuming each of those waters is like 1 ounce of water. 16 ounces of water an hour before is what that's the official recommendation.
I had to say, regarding Jules, I was super impressed by the Bowser's Fury segment because he lost internet for so long.
Yeah.
Came back, had to stop and put on...
Don't spoil the event, though.
Yeah.
Don't spoil the... I know that you want to spoil things. Don't spoil things. Because some folks haven't seen it. It's good.
It's very good.
It's very good. And Jules is very good. It was incredible. It was incredible. My favorite part of it, and this doesn't count as a spoiler, but like Jules was gone for like an hour or more. And when Jules gets back in, he's like, how many, stars or whatever does everyone have? And
Cat shines.
Yeah, cat shines does everyone have? And then like, oh, so so-and-so is 30, so-and-so is 25. Jules goes, okay, no problem. And like the level of confidence, I was like, dude, you're 90 minutes behind everyone. Like, anyway, watch it. It real good. It real good. 3 bits from Gamers. It says, great job with TRG Coliseum, grandparents. Way to go. Thank you. I'm just happy to be a part of it, to be honest. 3 bits from Leaf, who says, so when did we get to see the behind-the-scenes interview with rising star actor Lamp? So, real quick, because I've been talking about some behind-the-scenes stuff. The ending of what we shot, we changed it.
Yeah.
A little bit. So the ending that you saw in the stream and then also the one on YouTube is actually slightly altered from what we filmed. Because what we filmed was... It was a bit too disturbing, actually. It was a bit too disturbing. It was all the same shots, but instead of ending on the lamp, it ended on me. And I am an actor. And I did a very good job of acting, and it's kind of graphic.
It's too much.
It was too much. I actually got really, really concerned on Saturday night when I was cutting it because I had worked so hard on all this the whole time, and I got to the end, and I was actually like, oh shoot, this is too much. Because what happened is I got through the whole thing, and I knew that this had to play on Coliseum with no warning, and I was like, I don't want to make something that ends up upsetting people, like I don't want to release something that doesn't have any sort of like trigger warnings in it, and then people are like, they get super upset. So I was like, okay, this needs to change. And of course, then the flip side of that too is like, I release it on YouTube. Is YouTube going to be like, whoa, buddy? So we actually changed it. I had completely different music in the ending because it was actually like a heavy metal thing. It was really heavy. And then it ends on me, and it's, I'm very frantic in it, and I think that it could be a little upsetting.
It was a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I editing thought that it was a lot. When I got to it, I was like, ooh, yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. And then I told Mao about it, and she was like, if you think it's a lot, it's probably a lot. So then I showed it to her, and she goes, yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. So the clips didn't change. I just changed...
It just cut sooner by like a shot or two.
It cut sooner, and we end on the lamp, and I changed the music, which helps a lot. Because I slowly fade out everything except the piano, which we use the piano instead. And by doing that, it's just enough to be like, okay. But yeah, I had to change it up just a little bit because it was just a lot. So, yeah, maybe I'll just take, I won't release the whole thing again, but maybe I'll take just the ending and post the ending. Maybe I'll do it like unlisted or something, and then put it in the description of the current bumper or something, just so if anyone's like super curious to see kind of where I was at on my first pass on it, then people will be able to at least see it. And it's not like oh, there's blood. It's not that. The clips aren't different. It's just it feels too real. It feels like I'm actually in trouble. So, and some people won't think that. Some people are like, oh, I think it's fine. But
Yeah.
for the event, it made a lot of sense to be like, oh, let's tone that down. 300 bits from Shy. It says, Falling Water was designed in an afternoon when he learned the client, one of his apprentices' parents, was on their way to see the work on it, but he had completely forgotten. Oh. Oops. Forgot to do the thing. Sachi says, if you want to be traumatized, I'm adding this to the unlisted. Yeah, so I'll try and
Do that.
do that at some point. We also threw around the idea of doing like a commentary track or something with it. So we
showing
might...
the storyboards or the process of that.
Yeah, it is a process. And real quick before we get off of here, I'm gonna just a few little more things about it. The thing that was most troubling to me shooting it, which I kept running into the problem over and over and over again, and I really had to like alter a little bit about how we shot it. Emil says this is an actual DVD release. Is that the focal length is completely different. And that's one of those things that if you're not a film person, you may not overtly think about, but you know it's something you feel. The first film is much more claustrophobic because all of the shots are tighter. And that's because it's shot at 50 millimeters. This new camera, we have one lens for it. And it's not a zoom lens. It's a prime. So you get one focal length, and it's 24. And it really caused me to think about how I was shooting things and change some of the shots. That's why there are so many wide shots in the bumper, is because you were kind of working around the one lens that we had. And I think that it's fun. I think that it creates some really cool looking shots, but the hardest one for sure was when you have to when I tried to recreate the shots from the first film. You can't create them. It's impossible. So you start with the back of the head, the reverse shot to the front of the head, and then the wider one to show the lamp. And like, it is impossible to recreate that shot because the focal length is completely different. The first one is shot completely at 50. What'd you point?
Right there.
Oh, Carlos. Carlos says, I finally caught the lamp too before I went to bed last night. No nightmares, thankfully. Well, that's good.
Some people noticed the birds on the shutters.
Yeah, we couldn't make them leave.
Nope.
Those are recent additions too. Those birds just showed up.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, and we can't get them to leave. So I'm like, okay, I guess the birds are in the shot. But otherwise, I felt pretty good about everything.
Yeah.
I felt good about the bumper, but that was the only thing that was really hard for me, is like thinking about, like, I can't change the focal length at all. Like, I have to move the camera has to physically move for everything, and it was an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
I guess. 6 months from Link Nightblade. That's double plus. And with that, I think I'll save more stories about Coliseum and the bumper and questions for the bumper for Thursday.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, it is on YouTube. Watch it if you get a chance, because that makes me feel great. And then save your questions for Thursday, and hopefully by that time everyone will have had a chance to see it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll try and answer any specific questions about it, because it was fun to do. But man, it was hard. Yeah. I think between planning it and shooting it, we probably did 40 hours. I think that's not editing. That's just planning and shooting. I think it was like a 40-hour project, and we did it all in a week. Mm-hmm. And that was just...
Yeah.
It was just a lot. It was a whole lot. All right. Y'all have a a wonderful Thursday, and we'll
See you-
be back
See you Thursday.
Did I say you have a wonderful
You did.
Thursday? Shoot. I need more rest. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday and a Thursday. I hope you have a good Thursday too, but like not yet. Have a good Tuesday for now. I'm fine. I'm fine. I promise.